Let me show you how to edit a boudoir image in just 1 minute. So let me set up my timer and jump really quickly into editing. So timer is on. I hope I'll have enough seconds, but I promise you'll see it actually works. All right. Okay, almost there, almost there. 20 seconds, I think, left. And one last action. I think it's like 60 seconds already. I just need to clean up the backdrop. Okay, and almost done, almost done. There you go. And it's done. Now let's take a look at before and after. You ready? Before and after. I think everything looks clean and smooth and nice. I would do some little adjustments, but overall it looks good and enhanced already. Hi, I'm Yuliya Panchenko and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about AI-powered retouching software that everyone has been talking about recently. It's so trendy that I decided to do a YouTube video on that. I'm going to talk about Evoto. Evoto is a cool retouching software that I personally started using and I fell in love with it. I don't like to retouch my images. I have an in-house retoucher who does it for me, but since I got Evoto, I can't stop retouching all my unedited projects because it's so easy and fun. So Evoto is a software that has all the tools that you need to enhance your boudoir images. It does blemish removal, it does the dodge and burn, it softens your subject's skin, the whole body, actually, not only face. It does fabric smoothing, it does cleaning of the backdrop, like every single possible tool that you need to make your boudoir images perfect, Evoto has it. So I want to jump into Evoto and show you. I want to edit actually 3 images from 3 different sessions. So I have a total of actually 9 images, so 3 images from each session. And I want to introduce you to all the tools that Evoto has that you can use and perfect your boudoir images. So the coolest feature of Evoto is that you can sync one edit with the rest of the images from that session. How cool is that? So literally you spend 1 minute on one image and that's it. You're done. You're done editing. Just 1 minute. It's amazing. It's a game changer. So let's stop talking about it and actually see how it works. So this is the image I'm going to retouch, and this is what I actually retouched within a minute, but I want to show you exactly how I do it. So here is the panel. Oops. Here is the panel. It has the color adjustment, it has a portrait retouching panel, it has background adjustment, clothes and accessories touch-up, and also cropping. So let's start from color adjustment. So that's what I usually start from. And here you have all the adjustments, basic adjustments that Lightroom and Photoshop has. So you can adjust your exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites and blacks, and so on and so forth. The cool feature of it though, you can do it apply it on the whole image, or you can press on local and then do all the adjustments either on a person that you, let's say if she is a little bit underexposed, I'm just gonna click on the person and then adjust my exposure from here. If only background needs some sort of adjustment, let's say it's underexposed and it needs to be a little bit brighter, then just click on background and adjust the exposure. So, and also it has the custom option that you can explore as well. That's really cool feature. Also, it has AI color looks that are pretty cool, like neutral, and you can see how my image is changing. Vivid light, pure love, warm and cozy. I personally like this warm and cozy. That's what I picked when I was editing my image. I'm gonna go through all of them so you can see how they look. So depending on your style and depending on the image style, I would say you pick one of the color looks, and then from here, if I don't want it to look too warm and too cozy, I'm just gonna adjust that as well. I'm gonna bring it down to the point where her skin tones are not too yellowish. Okay, somewhere here. All right, and here, that's it. My image actually doesn't need any other adjustments, so I think just a little bit of color that was needed here. I'm gonna close it completely. And then, oops, I'm going to jump into the fun part, which is portrait retouching. So let me close all the tabs so you could see what it has here. So it has blemish removal tools, skin retouching tools, facial reshape, facial expression, something that maybe I won't need, but who knows? Maybe some people would request a smile on a picture where she's not smiling. Teeth touch-up, that's a thing that we all photographers use. Eyes, of course. You can actually apply makeup. How cool is that? Hair and full body reshape. So as you can see, all the tools that I personally need to enhance my boudoir images. So let's first start from blemish removal. She doesn't have freckles and acne, so I'm going to probably skip or just like bring it a little bit to see. Maybe she does have, and I don't see it. Body blemish. It does have body blemishes, and you can see over here. So let's just use the body blemish tool, and voila, look at this. I'm gonna show you before and after. Before and after. Wow, really, just within a second. Okay, sometimes my clients, depending on their skin, some people, they have really shiny and oily skin type, and face shine actually helps to remove that. She doesn't have that, so I'm not going to use it, but that's an option as well. Face forehead wrinkle happens very often, but my subject doesn't have it, so I'm going to skip that. Dark circle, she does a little bit, some small circles under her eyes. So let's see. Wow, I'm gonna show you before and after. Smile line, that's another cool feature, cool tool that we need, and it completely removes the smile line. And many women, we don't like those lines on our faces, so removing that would probably help. Neck wrinkle, I'm gonna skip that. Neck, double chin, she doesn't have one, but it's an option. You see, you can actually adjust that. And stomach stretch marks, okay, we're good with that as well. All right, so I'm going to actually close this tab so you can see what I'm gonna work on next. Now we're jumping into skin retouching. So let me bring it back, zoom out. All right, so smooth face skin, and it also applies dodge and burn. So let me go to 50% and zoom in again so you can see. All right, and face skin smoothing and body skin smoothing. That's here. I'm gonna go a little bit higher to 75. And yeah, you can actually adjust it according to your client's expectations or according to your personal retouching style. So if you don't want it to look too smooth, not a problem. Just don't bring it all the way up, and that's it. So I think she's good with like maybe 50% right here. Body, unify body complexion. That's a very cool feature. What it is function can help to unifying skin tone and face complexion. So I tried to use it. This didn't actually work for this specific subject because she doesn't have any color discoloration, so I think we're good with this one. But I really like this option, skin color. So let's say if you messed up the skin tone of your subject, you can definitely adjust it right here. Let's say you want to add a little bit of tan, and here is the amount of that that color. You can bring it down or up and to the point that you like it or she'll like it. So I think her skin tone is good. I'm not going to touch it, but you can also adjust the temperature. Maybe temperature would be good to adjust here. Okay. Skin radiance. So you can add a little bit of shine, like some sort of luminosity to it. And then I'm gonna close this. I'm done with skin retouching. I'm going to jump into eyes. So I'm skipping all this because she doesn't really need her facial expression to be adjusted, or we don't see her teeth in this picture. She's not smiling big, but eyes are always good to adjust. So here I'm going to adjust her brightness, the brightness of her eyes. Let's go before and after. You can see the difference, right? This is a cool option, catch lights, which I don't need any catch lights to be added for this specific image, but I'm going to edit more images. They're waiting for me here, and I'll show you how it makes a huge difference. All right. I want to actually jump into makeup. All my clients, they before I start the session, they do makeup and hair. So that's included into my session fee. So she doesn't need any makeup application. But let's say if you really need to do some small adjustments, you can definitely do that. Let's say you can adjust the highlights, so, or the contour. So you can pretty much do the whole contouring of your subject's face right here in Evoto. You can also adjust the eye makeup brightness. Let's see if this is changing. Yeah, if you pay attention to her eyes, it's changing right here. Perfect. And lip color adjustment. So let's give it a little bit of look. Okay, let me go check before and after. What if I bring it down? Yeah, it becomes a little bit brighter, or like richer, I would say here. Yeah, like that, perfect. But I'm not gonna change that. So this is a cool option, makeup suit, which you can change the shape of your subject's eyebrows. And I'm just gonna show you how it looks. Nothing that would make it look not natural, I would say, but it changed the shape of it. All right, and what else I want to show you? Face decoration. So you can see, you can actually explore the software and see how many options it has. Again, I'm not gonna go into all the details. There are too many tools that you can use, but I'm gonna show you just what I personally would use it for every single image when I retouch my boudoir photos. Okay, hair. The hair tool is really cool. I'm gonna show you what it does. All right, so hair gaps. If a subject has a little bit of gap and she doesn't like it, or he doesn't like it, it actually happens more often with the male who are losing their hair. So you see how the gap is less visible right now. So I don't think I have any, I don't think she would appreciate that, but it's something that maybe some people would. High cranial top, so that will make it look a little bit puffy. And actually I do that from time to time, and some people really appreciate when this part is adjusted. All right. But this is an amazing tool right here. So if you have those little small hair that are bothering you, and it happens all the time, and you can see in this image she does have those those hair, look, they're gone. Wow. And again, you can adjust it to the point that it looks more natural, I would say. Don't overdo that. So you don't have to go all the way to 100%. Okay, and that's it. So now let's jump into full body reshape. Full body reshape, something that we boudoir photographers often dealing with. We are changing the shape of subject from, it depends, again, not everybody does, but if a person requires that and she wants to adjust something, then you can do it with Evoto easily. So there is a tool that AI reshape, it just reshapes itself. And I wouldn't use that because I'm very particular about how I touch up that one or another part of the body. You can shrink the head. Interesting. Neck, you can make the neck a little bit slimmer. Arms, the arm. So arms is something that many women they have this arm insecurities, and that tool is actually going to be very useful. You can adjust the size of the breast or the waistline. The waistline is also something that we touch up sometimes. So if you unlock this, you can manipulate it separately, like this is the left side and this is the right side. Very cool, huh? And then hips, you can also adjust the hips. So I'm not gonna touch this, but I wanna do it manually, and there is a way to do it manually. If you click over here on the liquify tool, you can actually do those small adjustments. So what I usually do, if there is some sort of the line is kind of like not perfect because of the lingerie that she's wearing, I would adjust that only. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything else. Okay, I think that's perfect to me. I'm not gonna touch anything else. But as you can see, there's so many actually useful tools that can be used. Okay, that was the last tool on this panel. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, here is the background enhancement, or clean solid background. That's this one. Okay, so here you have to change to solid background or non-solid. I don't think the non-solid is working at the moment, but my backdrop is solid anyway, so let's do that. And I'm gonna keep it on 100 because it will just remove all unnecessary dirt and lines from my background, and it looks good already. Let's check before and after. Yes, you can see some of the lines and imperfections on the background are gone. Okay, and the last tool that I'm going to use, I'm going to skip this one because this is the clothing adjustment, which we don't need that for this image. But I often use fabrics for my nude sessions where I cover one another part with a fabric, and I always have to smooth those fabrics. So smoothing fabrics will be easier for me because of this specific tool. Okay, let's jump into crop. I need to crop this image, and I'm gonna crop it till here. Now it looks cleaner. And voila, is done. Now let's look before and after, and it's perfect. Okay, that's it. So now what you have to do is you just save the preset, and then you apply that. I'm not touching crop, by the way, because every crop is different. But if you're using studio camera stand and everything is exactly the same, you can apply the crop. So I won't do that because I wasn't using a tripod or a camera stand. So, and then we are going to apply this edit to all the rest of the images, and now you're gonna see the magic. That's what I'm saying. You edit one image, it will take you maybe 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and then you just apply it to the rest of your images and it's done. So of course you have to go through the images and see what, if there is any minor adjustments need to be done, and that's what I'm going to do it right now when it's complete. So let's check it out. All right, that's the next image. What I would do here is just the crop, and that's it, and maybe some reshaping if needed, like if I want to adjust her body. Ooh, sorry, accidentally. Okay, I think I'm super excited, that's why. All right, that's still a bad crop. Okay, and that's the last image. All right, so let's jump into my next set of images. I have 3 images with this couple, and now you can see 2 people in one frame, right? So it's very easy, don't worry guys, it's the same amount of time that you will spend on this image, because again, you can go and adjust exposure and skin smoothing, and all these adjustments can be done on each person separately. So first of all, I don't like how the temperature of my image. I think it's too warm, and you know what, I'm going to crop it right away because I cannot edit such a crooked image. It's just gonna bother me. Okay, that's better. Now what I would also do, I would go click on local, I would click on background, and then I think my background is too bright, and I will reduce exposure on the background. I like it to be a little bit moodier, darker. Okay, and you can also adjust the temperature of just the background. And now I'm gonna go to person, and let's say if Thomas is the model, male model. If I need to adjust exposure, I can do easily on him only because she is perfectly exposed. All right, so now I'm not gonna use any of the color looks for this image. I think the color is good already. Now let's jump into the portrait retouching panel. All right, and we will adjust blemishes on each person. Okay, so here you see you can choose male, female, child, individual. So when you click on individual, there you can select whose blemishes you are actually removing, because he doesn't have much and she has more blemishes than him. So let's remove all the blemishes on her face, and they're gone. So now I'm gonna click on him, and he has a little bit of imperfections, so but I'm not gonna go all the way to 100%. So I think somewhere in 35 or even like maybe 40 would be enough for him, and his face looks pretty clean already. Now after that, I'm going to jump into dark circles. Okay, I think he has a little bit of dark circles, so let's remove those. And now you can see his face is kind of selected. And skin retouching. Now let's smoothen his face just a little bit, and jump into her face and do dodge and burn and skin smoothing. Okay, somewhere here I think is fine. Now since I'm on her right now, the body skin smoothing, let's see what it does. Okay, she has some blemishes here on her body. And let me see if I skipped one of the blemish options here. Body blemish, yeah, that's what it is. So I skipped the body blemish, so let me adjust that and remove all the body blemishes that she has over here on her chest. That's perfect. Good. All right, we don't have any. We have some, but I'll show you how you can actually manually adjust. So if something left, don't worry. I mean, it's not visible, but if you're like super picky and you want every single little pimple or blemish to go away, it's not a problem. You can do that as well. All right, so now what's next? Okay, let's now focus on him and do body skin smoothing. Again, not too much, maybe somewhere here, face, and that's it. I'm not gonna touch any skin tones, so they're perfect. And I'm going to close all the tabs so you could see easily what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm done with this. All right, what else needs to be done? Facial expression, we don't need that. Facial reshape, we don't need. Eyes. Again, I'm gonna fix his eyes first. Yes. And then I'll brighten her eyes. Okay, let's take a look and see before and after. Ooh, such a big difference. I photograph so badly. If you look at my before, yeah, I did some mistake here with my setup, I guess, but who cares? We have Evoto that will fix all the imperfections within a minute. All right, so what is next? Makeup we don't need, hair we don't need. Oh, actually, yeah, we need some hair and we're going to fix her hair. So I'm gonna remove all these little hairs on this side and they're gonna be gone right now in a second. 1, 2, 3, gone. Perfect, yes. All right, I'm not gonna overdo that, so let's close this. And full body shape we don't need for these good looking people. So I wanna zoom out and show you how it looks. All right, now let's jump into background. This is a textured background, so it's not as solid really. I mean, it is, but it has a little bit of texture, so I'm going to choose solid backdrop, and I don't want it to look super smooth, which is why I'm going to bring the amount of the smoothing to maybe 20 or 30. I think 30 is fine. Maybe a little bit less. Let's do 20. Yeah, I still need some sort of texture. Let me see. Yeah, I still see the texture. I think 30 would be good. Yeah, somewhere here. And that's it. It's pretty much done. So what has to be adjusted manually here is probably this line, and if you have any issues like this, don't worry, because it has three different tools, which is healing brush, spot healing brush tool. It has spot healing brush tool, it has patch tool, and it has clone tool. All right, let me just grab this patch tool really quick. I'm gonna patch this just to remove. This is really bothering me. I have another spot here. It was a good backdrop, but unfortunately I spilled oil on it accidentally, and that's why I need to retouch it every single time. Okay, all right, and I'm done here. All right, we're done with this image. You could see how it was easy to edit an image with two people in that photo. Very simple, very fun, and very fast. So all I have to do is now to sync this with the other two images, and that's it. Okay, so they are ready. This is image number 2, and this is image 3. So all I would do here with my next two images, I would use the spot healing tool brush and remove just this modifier that is left, and you just adjust that. Or you can use the clone tool. Clone tool is easier to use, I think. But anyways, I don't want to waste my time on that. And I'm going to actually jump into my next image. Okay, so this is the image. I think I will edit this one, and I'm going to show you what it does. You see, she's missing catch lights. So let me go over. I don't need any color adjustment here. I'm gonna jump straight into the portrait retouching panel, and I'll just remove all the blemishes, body blemishes, and then I will remove the dark circles that she has. Okay, maybe smile line. She doesn't have much to edit here, but okay. And now let's do the skin retouching, face skin smoothening, and body smoothening. Okay, I'm going to show you before and after. Again, maybe if it's too much, don't go all the way. I'm gonna show you before and after. Let me zoom in so you could see. Especially here, you can clearly see how it was perfectly adjusted. Okay, now let's jump into eye retouching. Okay. Eyes are very important, and I don't have catch lights because she turned away completely from the light, and you can see there's some sort of catch lights, but they're almost invisible. So catch lights are important, so let's adjust that. I'll bring the brightness a little bit higher, maybe somewhere here, and I will remove the red veins. She has it in this eye, very visible. Let's remove those. Let's do before and after. Yeah, they're gone. And now let's play with the catch lights and see which one would probably work the best. Maybe this one. Let's zoom out. This is a little bit too low. Okay, either this one, I don't want to be super obvious, or even this one. Yeah, let's keep this one. Okay, as you can see, I can easily adjust that as well. And I'm going to jump into my body reshape tool. Oops. All right, and we're here. And see what it does. Okay, let's see what it does with the body. If you want to make it completely reshaped, slimmer, taller, whatever you want to do with the model you photograph, you can actually do that. Ooh, you can make her look taller, shrink her head. Again, I'm not doing that for my clients. I make her neck a little bit smaller, breasts bigger, waist thinner. Maybe I'll do that a little bit, just maybe a teeny bit, like this. Hips bigger. She has pretty good hips. Leg length. Ooh, I know many people do that in Photoshop. I've never done that, but I know many do. So here is the tool for that, if you like that. Okay, so, and don't forget, there is a way to manually adjust this. So what I would probably do, just adjust this side just a teeny bit, not too much. We don't want to make the person look reshaped completely, like over here, maybe on her hip. That's it, enough. Not gonna do much. Okay, and that's it. So this is what I mainly wanted to show you, that if your subject is missing catch lights, the red veins that are present in her eyes can be easily removed within a second. Okay, and I would adjust I would clean my backdrop. Again, I have some texture, so I won't clean it all the way. And when I keep the texture, again, just because of the texture, I don't want it to be completely clean. And when I do that, there's some spots are going to be still visible, and those can be easily adjusted manually with these tools, which I think it looks cool already. And that's it. This image is done. So let me show you before and after. Before and after. I removed a little bit too much of the texture on my backdrop. I would normally don't do that. So yeah, but it looks pretty good. So I'm going to save the preset and apply it to the rest of my images. How easy it is. And sync, voila. Did you guys see how easy, fast, and fun it was to edit images? I'm telling you, I have never enjoyed editing images that much. So it's possible now with Evoto. I actually want to hear your thoughts about this software. Please write it in the comment area. Share with me what you think and if you have started using Evoto already for your retouching. So I've actually tried the different AI-powered retouching softwares, and I faced with some sort of restrictions for boudoir and nude photography. I didn't have any problems with Evoto. So if you're a boudoir photographer, nude photographer, Evoto is a good software to enhance your images. On average, we boudoir photographers spend about, I would say, 3 to 5 hours on editing our images, depending, of course, how many images you deliver. And here with Evoto, you can literally spend 5 minutes on all of these edits. The cool feature of this software is that you can sync one edit with all the images. Let's say you have 30, 100 images, whatever you photograph during the session, and then you can do a reveal showing all these images because they're kind of edited already, and then pay only for those that you are exporting. So let's say your client selected 20-30 images, so you are paying only for those that she or he chose, and you're exporting them. And for you to understand, to have an idea about how much it's going to cost, so for $36.99 you can export about 500 images. It's insane. I know, it's crazy. So, and I would say on average, photographers, if we outsource those type of images, it costs us in between $5 or $7 to $30 per image. So $36 for 500, or I don't know, $300 for 15 images. So you do the math. Anyways, it's a game changer. It's easy to work with, fast, and just amazing. You saw it yourself, how easy and fast it is. If you want to learn more about Evoto and want to try it out, the link and information is in the description. You can download the software, try it for free. You don't have to pay for anything. Again, you will just have to pay when you are done with editing and exporting those images. So let me know how you like Evoto. Write it in the comments and share with me which tools you like the most, or which one you are using the most when you're editing your boudoir images. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.